Right, we're going to look at congruency, or at least the start of it. You have constructed some triangles recently, and you've discovered that some triangles come out the same every time, and some triangles don't. And some triangles, in fact, are impossible to draw. What we have now is to pick out and remember which of the situations are always going to produce the same triangle when you draw them. And these are the only 4 cases. If you are given 3 sides of a triangle, there's only one triangle that can be. So if you have 2 triangles with the same set of sides, they must be identical to each other. If you're given side, angle, side, angle, or right angle, hypotenuse and side, you will always get these to match up. So 3 sides can clearly be, if you know that length, you know that length, you know that length, you will all get exactly the same triangle when you try to draw them. SAS, the order matters. Notice that the angle is in between the 2 sides. So if you have these 2 sides, you need to know that angle in between them. Knowing this angle is no use to you. It's got to be the one in between them. In a similar way, ASA, if I know those 2 angles, the way to get these the same, or to know I'm going to get the same triangle every time, is to know the side in between them. Now in this case, if you know a different side, you can use your angles of a triangle rule to find the 2 angles in the right place. With a special case of a right angled triangle, if you know the right angle, and you know the hypotenuse, which is opposite to it, and either of the other 2 sides, there's only ever one triangle that draws that. If I have time, I will upload an extra video on the special cases that show you why all these are true, but you should have found them in your construction triangles lesson. At some point by your GCSE you'll need to memorise these, but that's not a rush, it's a few years away, and you can always refer back to your notes or the textbook or anywhere else where you've got these written down. So I'm going to show you 2 ways we can use this. Here are 2 triangles drawn not to scale. Are they the same triangle or not? How can we tell? Well, first of all, we see information we've got. We've got a side here, we've got an angle here, we've got a side here. And that angle is in between the 2 sides. So this is SAS. We have a side here, an angle here, and a side here. So that is also SAS. So we have the right type of information to show that these are the same. Let's check we've got the same lengths now. Do they all have a side that's 6 centimetres? Yes. Is the angle in between 40 degrees? Yes. Is the other edge 8 centimetres? Yes. So they match as well. So that means these 2 triangles are congruent. So they are congruent as we have SAS. Okay, so because we have the right arrangement and the numbers are the same, the lengths are the same, the angles are the same, they match. If this were 58 centimetres rather than just 8 centimetres, it would clearly be a different triangle, it would be much bigger. So that is one case. And here's the last case I'm going to show you. Are these triangles congruent? Now you've got a choice of how to think about this. Whenever you see a right angle, maybe you should treat it as a right angle for RHS, or you should treat it as an angle in SAS. Okay, so first of all, the 10s are the same length, the 6s are the same length, and the 90 degrees are the same angle. So it looks like they've got a chance of matching up here. But if you look at how they're arranged, we've got a right angle, a hypotenuse, and a side here. Here we've got a right angle, and we don't know the hypotenuse. We've got sides next to it. So this is actually an SAS arrangement, because that's just an angle. And this is an RHS arrangement. So even though the numbers are the same, they're not arranged in a way that means that they are the same triangle. If you draw this triangle, and you draw this triangle, accurately, they will be different triangles. Okay? And from the information we have here, we know they will not be the same, because they don't have the same structure of data. They don't have one of these 4 cases. So they need to have one of these 4 cases, and the values have to match. The values matching alone is not enough. Where those values are is important. And that should help you with the work you've got to do today.